Good evening, fellow graduates, family members, friends, teachers, school board members, and all of our honored guests. I'd like to thank my parents, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, dogs, cats, teachers, and friends for helping me along this journey that is high school. The people sitting behind me for being there every step of the way, and commas and semicolons for allowing me to make all of these words. I'd also like to extend that thank you to everyone in the audience who came out today to support your graduates. Also, I'd like to preface the rest of the speech by saying that I too have been to many graduations, so if you get a little zoned out during the duration of my speech, feel free to look at my hands while I talk, a bird or object in the distance, or anything like that. Even though I'm neither a great orator nor a comedian, just make sure to clap when everyone else does, and laugh when I try to make a joke. Several years ago, I used to think that if I got a chance to speak at graduation, I'd make my own Mad Libs word game, where everyone would get a chance to fill in the blanks of some random noun, adjective, or verb. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. And maybe that was for the best. What you'll hear today is just a drop in the bucket of the many amazing voices of the BHS graduates, who all have their own distinct achievements and unique stories to tell. However, what all of these stories have in common is the time we spent together. From the days of watching Rainbow Fish in the Mamie Martin Library, to the Gaga ball pits and AR points at BHS, to the day they took away those Gaga balls at Dixie, to the early mornings and schedule changes at AJH, and to finally standing here on King's Field. We have been in this thing together. During most of those school years, you may also remember me as a kid who had never taught, only giving nods and being so scared to keep a word or to do anything wrong. And you'd be correct in your memory. Look at me now though, I'm up here in front of a ton of people doing a speech. But for real though, as we grew and I slowly came out of myself, I have to say that I wouldn't want any other class to share my voice and part of my life with than the one sitting behind me. As I sat quietly and observed, I could see the kindness in the hearts of so many graduating here today, and will forever be thankful for the impact that each and every person made in my life. Some of whom have become my best and sweetest friends that I could ever ask for. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled programming of this speech. 4 years ago, I, like many, had no idea what the future had in store for me. We were coming out of the 8th grade spring break that never ended. We were confined to online learning or masked 80 days with sporadic quarantines. However, as we maneuvered our way through these obstacles, we developed strength and resilience, and maybe a bit of laziness that made us not want to get up in time for school, that many of us would carry throughout high school. Whether that strength be channeled to endure the heat of summer sports or band practice, write the recs for mock trial, get through Miss Kim's physics class, dance or sing in the homecoming production, or just to make it to school on time, we pushed through for 4 years. For 4 years, we were in this thing together. For 4 years, we shared memories that we could only make at one point in our life. Like the long hydrocarbon chains we learned about in this TV class, we walked together in lines. Like the covalent bonds we learned about in this Tim's class, we discovered how to share with each other. Like the sound pyramid we learned about in band with Mr. Bonner, we adjusted to work together as a whole. Like the participial phrases we learned about in the Harper's class, we had to figure out how to hook and pull out what is and isn't important in our lives. And like every other lesson we learned from the extraordinary teachers here, we must now take ourselves from one lesson to another. As cliche as it may sound, today isn't just an end. It is also a beginning. However, as we begin our new journey, I'd like to think that we will all hold a special place in our hearts for the glittering lights and sounds of a Panther football game, the cheers shed at the introduction. The crisp, cold air of a soccer match. The days in class when we finally understood. The cheers at basketball games. The smiles and waves of we passed by friends in the hallway. And everything that it means to be a Panther. Because as the future guides us, our memories are what make us. And with that, I'd like to say, we did it, BHS. And to every classmate behind me, I'd like to quote the great Chapel Roan and saying, good luck, babe, and best wishes for everything the future has in store. Stay safe, wear sunscreen, buckle up, and always go through life laughing at yourself. So without any further ado, I now present to you the commencement of the BHS class of 2024. Thank you.
She's going to graduate now.
Well, she's the
The
first.
valedictorian of this year's class will receive the valedictorian medal and the Hortense Burns Memorial Award plaque. The valedictorians